Let's see. Hi, I'm Faith. How you doing? Sorry, I am late. I literally have to go to the supermarket and grab a thing. But yeah, is it just me or is Discord suddenly just not doing things? 'Cause I was talking on it and now all of a sudden it's like nothing will load. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Discord, are you? Yeah, messages still failing to load. Yeah, definitely broken right now. Cool. Not bad. Not been up to terribly much. I was working on the sock while Golden Rumber was on earlier for a short stream. Then went outside. Let's see, supermarket? Yeah, supermarket for a quick thing. Time is off? Yeah, I see the things where it's like, hey, this person is on and that person's on, but messages will not load. Like, absolutely refuse. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Discord is at least mildly down, so that's fun. Although it made getting on here a little bit simpler, I guess, so But yeah, happy Tuesday, happy International Women's Day, and happy Women's History Month. Which I don't think I had said that at the start of History Month. Yeah, Discord is broke. Okay! Yay! Thank you for confirming. I was literally talking to someone on there, and it was just like, nope. Excuse? Alright, I'm just opening chart here on my tablet so I can get to the chart. Because I got to the B chart here for the sock, so yeah, I'm trying to decide which B chart I should do. But yeah, not terribly much to talk about on my end. I did get some squish mail, but one of them's gonna be a surprise because it's birthday socks, and the other one is just a neutral color, which actually, yeah, just neutral color. Yeah, because I realized I was out of neutral color. Oh, this is like a lighter neutral. Typically, I tend to go like mid-dark neutrals when it comes to sock yarn. But yeah, either way, I just needed a neutral, so I just grabbed this. So that should cover me in that category. Balsalon Creative, how you doing? Hopefully your Tuesday's going well. I'm gonna move this guy here. And I'm gonna have to rewind at least this one. This one's coming a mild mess. Although that was the plan anyway, to rewind this once I was done this first sock. Which, yeah, I got through all the repeats of chart A required for the foot here. It's just that, I'm sorry. That sucks. Well, hopefully the day either improves or ends quickly, or both. Both of these are good options. Yeah, I'm trying to decide which foot chart I should do for B. Because the B charts are basically how long you want them. Either you want, say, a 8 row. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although, actually, it's not the best way to count it, is it? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So just under an inch there. And then that leaves you the toe to decrease, which they usually require about 9 inches for the foot. Which, I actually, do I have my tape measure around? I should. I have 2 of them. One should exist somewhere nearby. I hope. I need to go and see how long this is. Because it has to be at least 9 inches in order for that to work out. That's usually what they require for Sock Madness socks. Which about that range works pretty well for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. Here to here is 8 inches, so yeah, we're fine. As long as it's good enough. We want to make sure. Alright. I'm probably gonna need scissors soon enough because I know I'm gonna have to detach the contrasting color we've got going here. Alright. So, yeah, let's go with the first shirt. And then yeah, even though I'm taking my time, these socks are going pretty quickly. Like, I probably would have been done if I worked on these more yesterday. But yeah, I was like, it's the last repeat, and then I just end up doing like half of the repeat. Which, I'd finished that this morning. So that works pretty well. Although I did have a moment I had to drop like a good chunk of the stitches back here because I realized I wasn't doing the slips where they were supposed to, and I was like, this looks weird, and I had to drop like 10-15 rows. But luckily it's in slips, not having to redo all the cables, so not complete nightmare. Which that is the thing I tend to notice I lose track of when it comes to doing socks in the round. Because it kind of tends to get to be one whole blur once you start doing the whole do the pattern, knit the sole of the sock here. Alright. Double check, this should be alright. And then we're right here. Also, I realize I realized I hadn't put up the thing for Sock Madness yet. Normally I have a thing for the qualifier. I've been bad about that. Should probably take care of that at some point. Hi! It has been a while. How have you been? I think I've seen you in like Discords once or twice. Is it? Yeah, I didn't realize Spotify, but yeah, Discord, it was like, nope. And thank you for the follow, although I swear you were already following and Twitch just decided to unfollow. Well, decided you should unfollow. But I appreciate it either way. How have you been? I think it's nope. It's straight knitting, no slips. You see, I tell you, this is the thing I forget. Which one I should be doing. And I somehow unfollowed. Yeah. That is indeed a thing, and it's like, Twitch, we did not ask you to do that. Although it's probably their whole, hey, let's, get rid of bots, but it's like, especially if you know someone streams, I feel like that should be, or at least is very active in Twitch, in other channels. that should be avoided. I mean, if the the account hasn't logged in like, say, a year, that would be a different story altogether. Oh, it's alright. Fair enough. But yeah, working on Sock Madness Sock. I'm on the B chart. I'm doing the B1. I figured I don't need to do B2. Let's do that. And despite me worrying that these might be a little bit too big, although here feels a little bit slightly big on my foot, although it might change once I, like, you know, do the actual toe. But yeah, for general feel, I do like the sock overall. It does help I like color work and am a sucker for cables, so that is a thing. Yeah, these socks go pretty quickly. Oh, nope. Wrong color. I was like, I just used that for last round. Alright, where are we going? This way, so front now. I should probably text him. Who I was talking to before Discord decided no. So you guys, hello, thank you. Both Nitpick / We Crochet colors. This one, which actually I had gotten this not long before qualifier happened. This is Hawthorne and Sylvania. This was on sale for the red, pink, and white sale. And this I had in my stash already. This is Stroll Tonal and Blue Violet. Hawthorne Turtle. Okay. Yeah, I always forget because I know there's 3 Hawthorns, so I tend to be like, which Hawthorne? But yeah, they're both tonals. But given this is a lot lighter than this, they changed the... Especially Felici. That is the one they definitely changed the most. Which is why I usually say, if you like a colorway, buy it before it's gone, because they discontinue everything you love and hold dear. That's pretty much my motto when it comes to buying colors. Yeah. Well, actually, no, I've bought once the mint chocolate chip when that was still a thing. But that has been a while since I bought that. Alright, and then the other way. There it is. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wear the heck out of these. Yeah, let me make sure that you are right to post links, because I don't want the bot to eat you. Wrong one. Where are we? You should be fine, but I like to double check these things just to avoid weirdness. Okay, yeah, you're regular. You can throw the links. There you go. Oh, those are pretty. Which one is that again? I forget which. I know it's Felici, but I'm forgetting which colorway that is, but that is pretty. Okay, yeah. Thankfully for me personally, it does not, but yeah. I appreciate the warning. Yeah, I know not everyone can deal with Ravelry. Alright, where are we going? I went, front to back front. Alright. Which is, of course... Of course it wouldn't be. Come on. Alright, and then the other way. Are you doing Sock Madness this year? Or no? Just... Unless they have... Oh, of course! Oh no. Yeah, I figured. Because they were like... Kind of like, we don't know what you're talking about. This is totally fine. And they're just like, you don't like change. And it's like, guys, no. Please. I get you're like a small place, but really? You can, you know, actually listen to the people that use your website? I don't know, call me crazy. Yep, yeah, no, I recall a good chunk of that, like, it was horrible. Like, I don't log on to there unless I have to at this point. Like, even with dark mode, like, I don't log on there unless I have to. I think, like, the first time when they first set up their changes, it was like I got a minor headache from it. But yeah, thankfully, nothing in the way of, like, anything like epileptic seizures, anything of that level. But it's just like, guys, why are you like this? I don't bet. Yeah, I try to avoid doing that. Unless there's, like, no other place to get it. Like, literally, that's it. And anything like, you know, immediate Sock Madness patterns, I immediately download those. Which I was doing that anyway, but yeah. So you don't have to rely on it being in the Ravelry library. And it pulled my hat pattern from there. It's just like, I do not want to give them anything. But I honestly do really want some other website to potentially come in and just take them out, I'll be honest. It's just like, if you're not going to respect, you know, the people that make up your platform, then you don't deserve a damn thing, like, at all. Oh, also, I had scheduled my last Etsy package to get picked up today. The last order I've gotten recently, and apparently the mail person decided, no, we're not just gonna show up here, and it's like, I have stuff scheduled to get picked up. What are you doing? Hi. I mean, I have the thing set, the ship date for tomorrow, so it's fine. I could get another pickup arranged for tomorrow. And or Thursday at absolute worst, because there's a 1-day grace period when it comes to, like, paid postage like that. But still. This is like the second time as of late, and it's getting me mildly annoyed. But yeah, hopefully I don't sound like a broken record, but what have you been up to? Anything obviously you actually feel like discussing? Because yeah, it has been a while. I've seen you anywhere across Twitch, I think. I imagine that is real life stuff, or you might need a break from Twitch, which very much fair. Come on, there we are. And where are we? Wait. Oh, it counts that stitch, that's why. Yeah, it does count the extra pro. Did you really say that out loud? Slip row. Oh, let's see. It's only 8 rows here, so let's see. This should go pretty quickly, and then it's gonna be the toe here. Also, since I had to be outside, I got myself a snack. Because of the whole stomach thing. They're like, you should probably have more fiber, and it's like, probably. I'm probably pretty terrible at having fiber in my daily food. Ah, yes, the... Yep, indeed. Like, if it wasn't for Sock Madness, I probably wouldn't have even remembered that it existed, I'll be real honest. Like, unless someone shares a pattern from Ravelry, I don't go there. And that's usually in the case of, like, say, you can't get the pattern from anywhere else. That would actually be good, but, you know, given, you know, how it crashed right now. Which, is it still broken? Yep, still broken. I imagine having at least a backup. Yes, that is completely fair. Definitely anything is improvement from, you know, having a seizure from looking at a website. Alright, and I think, yeah, this would be slip knit. But yeah, if you're gonna do something like a Discord or someplace, it's probably better to have a backup in case, you know, site crashes, because, you know, it happens. That's all I'm saying. And definitely Discord is a bit easier to access for pretty much everyone. It allows for a bit more functionality. Alright, and I should probably have some water or something. Slip. There we go. Come on. There it is. And then... Okay, front. You would think I would remember which way is front and which way is back with the cables by now, after having done pretty much an entire stock, but no, that is still not imprinted on my brain completely yet. But we'll see. Alright, also, I'm going to poke, because he might have forgotten that he has my number. Because I almost never text him anyway. We're pretty much talking on Discord. Let's see. Alright. Okay, and I made sure that... Okay, yeah. Because when I went outside, I turned it on data. I want to make sure I actually turned it back off from that. Because the last time I went outside, I did not. It wasn't until like 2-3 hours later, I was like, wait, is this on data still? Because unless I'm like not inside the house, I do not use data. That or if the Wi-Fi ever goes out, which is not a thing really here. That's more so if we're, you know, in Florida. Alright. Front, back. Front, yeah. Front, back, 2. And then front, back. So I realize this year is going to be the 5th streaming anniversary I've got coming up, so I am trying to at least get some plans together. See what I can do. Because it's March and it's like, it's near the end of May, so I have some wiggle room, but I just like to, you know, have some things planned in advance. Because, you know, stuff can go wrong, stuff can get delayed, so it's usually good to at least have, you know, some semblance of a backup and or, you know, some leeway time in case stuff gets delayed in the mail. As it wants to. Nope. Come on. Please don't do that. Stroll was getting on my nerves as I was knitting the sock, which I knew that was gonna happen because Stroll really does like to split. It's a fact of life. It was one of those, it was going smoothly, and then all of a sudden it was like, nope, we're not doing that. Alright, front, back. Alright, do not disturb was on so it doesn't vibrate every single message, because that would drive me insane. Alright, no, come on. I don't need that happening. It does not feel like the start of another week, I will certainly tell you that. So I was like, wait, today is actually Tuesday, right? And it's like, yep, it's Tuesday again. But for Anyway Anywhere, I have changed my schedule since last year, so I'm on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays instead of the typical Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And give myself some breathing room. So I felt like 4 days a week was a bit too much anyway. I've been pondering it since like the middle to end of last year, so I was like, you know what? 3 days instead of 4 is probably for the best. Alright, and then another slip row. Ooh, come on. But yeah, my main concerns of today is me being miffed that the Postal Service did not pick up my mail. Come on. Alright, and then that's halfway through, and also, let's see. Alright, so come on. This endpoint kind of reminds me of the belief in yourself to have the top part kind of just taper off. Which I'd show you them, but I'm currently wearing them. Come on. It is mildly throwing me off that this one is counting this chart is counting the extra purl. Which I got used to the other chart not doing that, which was intentional, so 2, 3, 4. Come. 1. Nope, don't do that. Alright. Nope, don't do that. Also, if I happen to miss any of your, what you guys are saying, because I'm looking down at my knitting, that's my bad. I try to keep up with chat as much as possible. Alright, that's getting in my way. 4. Wait, what? Oh, it's that one over there. I was highly confused for a moment. And then... Oh. Why do I keep doing that? I thought it was another stitch, but then it's just the yarn wrapped over the needle because I apparently pulled a little bit too tightly. That's not a thing that always happens, but it does happen sometimes, and I have to be mindful of that and not accidentally make that another stitch. Because that complicates things. Straight. Yeah. Straighten that because I just did a slip row not terribly long ago. 3 more rows and then we are free of charts, I think. For the sock anyway. We get to do it all over again for sock 2. Sock 2 Electric Boogaloo. Although I imagine that phrase has been run into the ground at this point. Nope. Do that. There we go. Alright. Wing. I do honestly feel like I maybe could have gotten away with doing these socks on size 1 needles, but nah. Because the pattern was like, hey, let's do these in 1.5s. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Because I don't have any 1.5s. Come on. 1. Okay, I was like, why does this look weird? It's just that I didn't pull this tightly. There's a tiny little gap, but it's fine. No splitting of stitches. Come on. That should be back. And then last one of these. And yay! Alright, collect stitch count, and we're good. There it is. Also, I don't think I asked you two, how are you? I realized. Hopefully your Tuesday has gone well so far, because you're later in the day. Which, ignore me if you're looking. Nope, don't do that. And let's see. Okay, that should be simple. Okay, this I don't need to stare at the chart because this is just... Let's just purl the pearls and such. Nope, don't. Nope. Get back on that needle. I did not come this far to accidentally drop a stitch. No sir. Don't care how fast the sock goes. Not dropping a stitch, thank you. Nope. Alright, almost there, and this is gonna be a slip row on the back, because of course it is. Wait. Ooh, nope. guess I need to fix stuff back here because I'm dumb. Because as you guys can possibly see, I was like, why does this look weird? Because I accidentally put 2 slip rows back to back. Again. I guess I get the frog back. A couple of rows here. Yay. Which I know someone's gonna be like, it's an honest mistake, but it's just like, I'd rather, given I have the time, not leave it up to chance. Why must it be like this? Yeah, how in the hell did I not even notice that? Yeah. Slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip, knit, slip. Yep, right here. So, why am I like this? Although, this is not far, so is okay. That'd be hilarious if I'm just seeing things. I just made myself more work because, of course. But yeah, I was like... Slip, knit, 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 slip, slip. Oh, so I cannot see right now. I'm just blind. Although, actually, it'd probably be better if I took off my glasses, because these are for far away. Which I mainly have them on just so I can actually see chat. Because I can see it, but it's just... kind of have to strain my eyes a wee bit. The laptop's pretty much in the range of far enough. Okay, thank you! Also, hi, EMS. Yeah, I can see it, but I don't have to be like that. How are you doing? I just realized I think I have an issue, or it could just be a me thing. Because I swore I'd put back-to-back slip rows again, which I was trying to avoid being a thing. But how are you? How is your Tuesday going? Also, come on. Yeah. Getting the edge of these. Alright, there we go. Fine. It's like, what, 6 rows? I just make sure. No! I can fix it, so me. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not seeing that. Go ahead, think about having naps so I can do more work. Ooh! That sounds like fun. I have not, like, made a rug. That has not gotten to my wheelhouse of stuff. Although I don't think I need to even consider expanding my crafting wheelhouse to begin with, so yeah. And also naps are good. I wish I did naps. Naps just tend to throw me off. Oh, that's the one. I was like, I know there should be at least one more stitch. Hello. Please get off of there. There it is. That should be it. It's a Jane! Hello! Sorry, I think I'd messed up, although I might be fine, I might not, actually. It is hard to tell. Wait, yeah, that's right there. Lady Frenzy, hello! All the people's coming in. How are you guys doing? I got a late start, so I'm actually, yeah, like gonna be taking a break soon-ish. But I realized I'd somehow done 2 slip rows back to back. Dumb. So I get to fix that. But luckily it's not as far down as the last time. Also, Jade, I saw that kitty in Discord before Discord decided to take a giant swan dive and crash. Yeah, not as far back as the last one though, so there's that. It was further back the last time, but I was just like, that looks weird. Wait a minute. So it's like this row is gonna be like awkwardly tight on the row. Add a piece of yarn. Oh no. Yeah, I just barely made it and it's like really tight. It's like hard to tell, but it's there. If this wasn't like a cable-y sock, I would honestly just go back to this row, but I got to the B charts. I'm literally almost at the end of the B charts when I noticed. So it's just like, no, we're not doing that. Oh, also, apparently the mail people decided that picking up my mail was not within their descriptions today. Again. So that's a thing. Also, yeah, it's better. Yeah, that's why I was like, nope, we're just gonna be back here. No. This arguably is a little... But yeah, how is Waffles doing? Which, to speak of. And it's actually a pretty nice thing that your hometown vet decided to help you out with the cost, because, yeah, surgery on the pets is not a good time, financially speaking. Also, how Waffles managed to break his leg? Did he just jump off on something high? I can't. Yeah, I would think not, because their prices are insane. Like, I don't have the experience of owning a pet, but yeah, from what I've seen, it's insanity. We have, okay, I was like, how we break his leg? Like, I suspect some random goofing off at some point. So not sure. Oh no. Thank you for the host. Queen Ray, also Green Fang, thank you for your host. Hello, I am performing sock surgery. I would be going on break soon because I got started late, but it's a Green Fang. Hello. Yeah, sock surgery is required. I was this close to getting out of the charts and was like, nope. Mistakes have been made once again. But luckily it's not that far down of a mistake. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's just mildly irritating. Because, like, this was the same mistake I had made further down on a sock and I had to fix. And I was just like, we won't do that again. And yet, here we are. We heard a ruckus. Oh, the crowd's still swaying. Where the noise came from. Oh, no. That's weird, though, that there's no evidence of, you know, the chaos. So. Yeah. So I wager, yeah, he probably just, like, jumped down and, like, landed weird somewhere and thus broken leg. That's the only thing I could really think of that makes any sense. Come on. But yeah, for anybody wondering, one ball shortened. No! I'm sorry, urine chicken failed you. Can you get more of that yarn anywhere nearby? Got it caught somewhere, tried to get it loose, he snapped it. Oof. Oof. Even just reading that sounds like it has to hurt real bad. Oof. Yeah, I might have gotten it wedged and it's just like, maybe I can get out because, you know, cats are liquid. Nope. But yeah, I'm surprised. Oh no. And I'll enter store pickup from Michael's because we used to. Very much fair. Yeah. And it's like, oh, they'll have this color. And it's like, nope. I understand that completely. So sorry, though. Waffles is not having a great time. But hopefully he'll be all set and things will be back to normal. Pretty soon. Nope. Come on. This is the annoying part of sock surgery. This probably wouldn't be so bad if I had slipped. Like if I hadn't left like a little more slack in the areas where I slipped the stitches, but all in all, we should be fine. Loops and thread. Oh no. Oh no. It's a mood though when you're a crafter and it is like only a few good places to get a certain yarn. So it's like you kind of know the people after a while. Although, my only annoyance is when you have to get it from another store. They make you buy 3. So it's like you can't just buy 1 ball of it, and it's like, really? I only wanted 1, but I have to have 3 now. Alright, almost there. 1 more stitch. And then I get to slide these all back over because, of course, I do. Although, arguably, I could just go the other way and just purl the stitches back the other way around. So I don't have to slide it back and forth because it's just really, really tight in there. So the possibility of me dropping the stitch is certainly present. Yeah, that would be that one, but I need you to, you know, not... There we go. Despite all this, I will probably end up having to... Yeah, that was my fault. I was just like... However, it's manageable. Yes, he is a small kitty. Although they have grown since you guys have gotten them. It's just like, they were really tiny. Splinter, yeah. Oh yeah, your day is gonna be booked tomorrow. Of doing just that. Come on. Nope, don't do that. But yeah, once I'm done with sock surgery, I'm probably gonna take a break. But it's gonna be a little bit. Do. There it is. Also, I hope the light's not washing out. I just couldn't see what the heck I was looking for. So I just turned on my little desk lamp here. So I could actually see what the hell I was doing. Come on. And... almost there, so I can turn this back around. Yeah, you can definitely see how tight this is. You can barely see that the light blue stitches, bluish purple stitches even exist. Just a few more. Oh no, we are not splitting today, thank you. Oh, so this is why you don't say. Oh, yeah, first you're starting all the color. Practice on and off once. Aww. And that is very much fair. I don't know. I was honestly wondering if I should do that. Maybe. Depends. I might keep them the same, because I'm so used to, like, having my socks be the same, but... Doing an inverse of the colors is certainly... not out of the question. Alright. But yeah, that usually is how it is when you're getting stuff, because you're not terribly good at it at first. And it's just like, once, you know, things start clicking in place, it's just like, oh my gosh, you're actually very good at this thing. How about you give me the thing? And it's like, no. Okay, I was like, no, I did not drop a stitch here. We're not having this problem today. Oh, so I saw the bit of text. Give me a second. Come on, you can do it. Because sometimes I leave a little bit too much slack when I have to redo these. That makes it a little bit weird the last couple of stitches. Alright, and... alright. Should hopefully do it. Cat scratch. I think I remember Cat Scratch, I think. That name sounds familiar, so... I might have seen it at some point? That voice by Ralph's face. The person who went to a voice purple... Do not remember him, but I remember Invader Zim, vaguely. Waffle House. So Waffles. Oh. Yes, his coloring does work in the favor of that name. So, that certainly helps him in his favor. There we are. And I get to turn this back around. Alright, and then this should be slip. Yeah, I notice when I'm like doing the slip, I just tend to bunch them together so there's a lot less slack in the yarn. Oops, I apparently missed one. Let's try that again. Nope. Yay! And there. That's where it usually helps, where you can actually read your stitches, but I imagine that's going to be a problem. We have a couple of, interesting. I know YTV, definitely. Because I believe at least a good chunk of the shows, at least back in the 90s, that were showing on there got transported to America. And then there was, I think, Discovery Kids at one point. Definitely said a couple of shows that were from Canada. So yeah, that makes complete sense. And, hold on. I'm just making sure I pulled the right one. Which that's the problem when you have to frog. Not frog. Drop back a couple rows. It's just like, you sure? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. I should have checked that it was free of this. But I did not. Yeah. Let me just... shove these stitches back here so I can get this free of the cable here. Come on. Also, to be fair, are all Detroit based on Fox Channel is an that makes sense too. Huh. Not realized that. But that would certainly, at least in part, explain, you know, why some shows end up getting a foothold over here. Oops, and I was about to go and yank that out. That was gonna be a bad time. Six. Just double check I have all my stitches. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34. Yay! We still got CNF and they're Atlanta based. Probably, I don't know about CNN, but TBS being in Atlanta, that definitely sounds familiar, so probably. Also, what time are we? Oh wow, it's an hour and 20 minutes, yeah. I'm gonna redo this row and then take my break and come back and finish the rest of this sock surgery and then get back to the last bits. Oh wow, there's a lot of gap here. I was really loose in this row. Like, ridiculously loose. Oops. And let's try that again. Better. And then let's get that disentangled from there. There we go. But yeah, you can see like a full bit of... Yeah. Which that didn't happen down here when I had to do that. I think I was a little bit tighter. And this time I was just like a bit loose. So I'm gonna have to like, you know, pull them a little bit through here to get that to not have this. This is like at least 2 inches. Yeah, like a, wow, no, closer to 3 inches of yarn. Alright, I'm gonna take my break. We'll continue on with this sock surgery. Which, it's not terribly much in the way of rows, so we should be able to finish, and then I will get to the sock toe. But yeah, I'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. There we go, and back to here. Let's turn the light back on. Also, hi Veggie, how you doing? Hopefully Tuesday is treating you well. I was gonna say Thursday, and I was like, nope, wrong day of the week. Whatever issue was plaguing Discord seems to have been fixed by the looks of it. Alright, so I'm gonna drag this along here. Also, I saw what you said about Crunchyroll and Funimation merging, which, yeah, it does make sense when you put it that way. Although I don't use either service, so I have no dog in this fight. But yeah, that does make sense. But I had not realized both of them were, you know, owned by the same company. I'd honestly figured they were competitors of each other. Come on, you can do it. But yeah, I'm getting back once I get this to get integrated throughout the row. I'm gonna get back to fixing the rest of the rows. There we go. Why are you stuck? Hold on. And looks like the mail. Maybe. Bear it back. Maybe. Okay, that solves one issue. I was waiting for the mail person to show up with the mail earlier. They were on the block earlier, so it was really weird that they didn't show up here. Yeah, other way, that's good. So that means my last Etsy order has gone out just now. So I am basically all set on that front. Yay! Come on. Yeah, this is probably not going to fully go through here, but it's fine. Okay, this is a lot less yarn than what originally happened, so it's fine. Alright. I just didn't want a 3-inch tail, or rather loop going on, so there's that. And okay, that's this row. Having to do this mildly reminds me of the, I think here, like when you're doing this for the heel flap, that's what it kind of reminds me of. So let's move that, so stop hitting that with the cable of the needle. No, I was saying this part having to go back and forth reminds me of here, because, you know, you having to stripe the rows of the heel flap here. You kind of had to slide back the stitches that you already did on the needle to put the other color. And that's what it's kind of reminding me of. Although I'm purling to avoid having to do that. If that makes any sense. Okay, you need to, you know, not do that. Oh, I must have touched really hard there. Whoops. Do. Come on. Do. This is gonna be tight. Yeah, this might be really obnoxiously tight. Oh man. Why? If I could take this slack and bring it up here, that would actually work. Actually... And do I have scissors up here? I hope so. Come on. The little box thing I put all my pens in. Do I have scissors? I indeed have scissors. Yay. Alright, and then make sure I don't cut the wrong area. Gonna need to leave a little bit of slack here. And then essentially nuts for everyone. Come on. And then, where's the end? Here it is. There it is. All right. Yeah, it's still gonna be tight as hell. So arguably, I could just slip in and do what I did before. Although the fact that there's knots there are gonna very much annoy me. Do, do, do. Is it Wendy? Yeah, probably Wendy down there. Sorry, I have not been terribly chatty. I'm just highly focused on current sock surgery. Come on. Yeah, even with that, it's just like very, very unforgiving. Although, yeah, I can just take from the end. That probably would have been smarter. I'm giving myself what I needed. Yeah. Nope. I have to go back out tomorrow. Alright, let's clip this in. There it is. Yeah, I'd say this is long enough, if not longer than what I need. I did not think this was going to take me so long to get done, but nope. Ugh. So the last time I had to do this, I was definitely off camera, which helped. Alright, then let's see. Yeah, let's cut that again. Loop this in here. And then, yeah, this is probably gonna be too long. Come on. There it is. And that hopefully should work. Yeah, that definitely should be about, if not slightly longer than what I want. But I guess we will find out one way or another. Really? Still? Yeah. What? Just might make it, maybe. Do, 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 do. Alright, yeah, how many stitches left? 9? Might just make it, maybe. Nope. Why? Okay. Yeah, here is gonna be loose again, so I could probably use what's left and like pull it down. It's fine. Which I really could have done with the other row. Oh well. Too late now. Alright. Leave a little bit of... Actually, it's probably better if I leave that to... come back this way. Okay, my neck over here is not pleased. Come on. Oh, I'm pulling the wrong way. Okay, that was weird. It looks like it was 2 stitches in 1 for a second. Lane Chow, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I'm like intensely doing surgery because I made a mistake and basically where we've been for like the past hour. Which I imagine for some people has not been that entertaining. How are you and how is your Tuesday? It could be worse. And considering how close I am to the toe, the fact that I have to end up doing this is kind of, not even kind of, is very annoying. Because it's like I'm so close and then mistakes. Come on. There it is. Oh, how did that happen? Why is that even in the issue? There it is. Stitch marker somehow got tangled up. Time to at least one of us is finishing our stock toes. Ugh. I don't hate it as much as I used to, but yeah. Still not the best thing in the world to me. Cause like it's fine when you know, have the finished result, but it's just when you're trying to get it to work. Like say if you make a mistake or something. Alright, where's this still? Oops, don't do that. That scared the crap out of me. Hi! Thank you for the raid. Sorry I am very much in fixing sock mode, but how are you guys doing? Hello, hello. Welcome. Yeah, I made a mistake. But how are you? How is your stream? And hopefully your Tuesday is going well so far. Anybody who's coming in for the first time, hello, hi, Strain of Variety Caster of Way Too Many Things. Although some of you guys might be in ag purgatory, but yes, anybody who can see me. Serena Variety Caster of Way Too Many Things. Currently working on my sock madness qualifier socks, which I was really close to the toe, and then I realized I had made the same mistake I had made like somewhere down in here before, which I'd fixed the previous iteration, and I get to fix it again, so I'm just like, why? So I was like, maybe I'll finish the sock today. Yeah. I mean, there are worse things, but yeah. I'm just slightly miffed at myself, because I was just looking at it. I was like, this looks weird. But I mean, we have the full 2 weeks, so it's fine. Plus, these socks actually go pretty quickly. Which is a good part. Which I honestly would have been done yesterday if I'd worked on it more. Yes, what were you working on today? Are you doing crafting or things of a different variety? Alright, come on, one more. Yeah, it's probably not gonna work, but that's fine. As long as I got the end here. We're doing a puzzle. Aww! Puzzles! I have puzzles on my shelves I haven't done yet. Eventually get to those. That sounds lovely. Is that like a thing you, what's the word I'm looking for? Is that a constant thing on your stream, or do you happen to do a menagerie of different focal points on your stream? There we go. Alright, and then this is gonna be obnoxiously loose. I know that for a fact. You should... I like my sanity. Okay, thanks. Doing puzzles remain. Okay. That sounds fun. Also very chill. If me making constant well, rather, let me scratch that. I can say that sentence much better. On occasions of me not messing up like this, usually it is very chill. They can take a while. Yeah, especially larger puzzles. That makes complete sense. But yes, hopefully you and your friends will enjoy hanging out here. We're almost done. We have like a couple more rows, and then I will finally get through the last of the leg here. And then use that to get this one inch. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna get through the rest of here first before that even happens. Wee! Gently. And then This is the row before, well, 2 rows before that. But it should be fine. I hope. 2 streams are, oh, yeah. 1,000. That is a lot. Also a lot of patience. But yeah, I have like 2 puzzles hanging out on my shelves, which I think at least one of them I may have at least lost a piece to, so yeah. That's gonna be fun. Thank you for the follow! That crochet, thank you for the follow. I was like, am I reading that correctly? Yes, I am. Hopefully you are having a good Tuesday so far. Slowly but surely approaching the end of this sock fixing here. These are Sock Madness qualifier socks, which in English I believe the pattern title translates into Crystal Angel or something like that. But yeah, I'd made a mistake that I'd already had happen previously. Which that last time it was offline, and then I was like, I'm gonna get to drop down here and fix this. Which thankfully this is not as far down, or else probably would have taken a lot longer. But yes, other than socks, I do a bunch of different things. Do knit, do crochet, do spin, which turning floof into yarn. Weave on the very rare occasion, chainmail. Chainmail being stuff like this, making tiny metal rings of various material. Of various types of metal, rather, to be making this stuff. Digital traditional art, and sometimes games. Any of that happens to catch your fancy, totally feel free to give a follow if you'd like, and potentially come hang out with us. Typically my schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Obviously, you know, schedule can change, but yeah, that's my typical time frame in which I appear here on Twitchiverse. Alright, let's see. Should be able to get these through the last couple of stitches, I hope. And the mild consequence of some of these stitches are like really tight because some of these are slip rows, so it's slightly different. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just tight. I was like, wait. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, let's get this long stitch here. Oh, I apparently split this. Oops. Let's fix that as much as I can fix that. I prefer not splitting my stitches, especially on the sole of a sock, because that can lead to very bad times and potentially future holes in said sock. Alright, where's the rest of you? There it is. Alright, and then... gently do that. Also, do any of you happen to craft? You're not required to do so to hang out here with us, but totally feel free to, you know, discuss if you happen to do any crafting in your own right. Because there are a bunch of people who do a variety of things that hang out here, so you're certainly not short of potential people you can, like, be like craft buddies with. Okay, there it is. Alright, come on, I just need this one little stitch. That's all I ask of you. Bye. I just need one more stitch. Also, stream time typically is 1 to 4, but I got started about half-hour late, so gonna be ending about half-hour late, so about 4:30 instead of the usual 4 o'clock for today. Which, while I was taking the break, I was just like, la la la, I only have an hour left, and it's like, no, you have an hour and a half left, dork. You will get on a stitch. There it is. Ha! Alright, and then it's this bit to get those rest of the stitches. Because the last 2 rows are basically the working yarn, so those are gonna go really easy. Oh, I was supposed to... Wow. Whoops, I did not slip it. Cool. Alright, so... I have to slide this back here. Yay. Don't do it. It depends. Also, hi there. So let's see. The longest one is actually crochet. Crochet I started first. That's been, I think this year would make it a decade. I started about when I started college. So yeah, about a decade for that. And then knitting was like the year after that. So about 9 years for knitting. Let's see. Chainmail's been nearly 3. Let's see. Spinning also about nearly 3. Digital art's been about as long as I've gotten affiliate, so that's about 4 years now. And then what's the last one I'm looking for? Weaving. Weaving's actually the most recent one, which is also why I'm just like, no more new crafts for me right now. That one's definitely, I'd say, under a year. But yeah, as you can see, the standard progression of, oh hey, look, new thing. Okay, are you just not gonna do what I want today? Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it. It's just like, wait, I've been doing this for about 10 years now. Okay, it looks like I just split a stitch, and hopefully that is the case. Yeah, that was just I split a stitch. Alright, cool. I want to make sure I don't end up with like a drop stitch somewhere and I'll have to go and rescue it. Although, when it comes to the sock, dropping a stitch back here is like best case scenario, because, you know, if you drop it on the other side, it's like cable du jour, so that would be a very bad time if you dropped a stitch here. Is crochet your main craft of choice, or do you happen to do a bunch of different ones, like myself? Because I kind of feel like it's a common thing for most of us crafters to have picked up various crafts down the line. Alright. That gets back on there, and that has more room now thanks to the fact that, hey, it's being held on by a piece of yarn rather than on my needles. Oops, nope, nope, nope. We're not doing that today. I fucking refuse. Knitting so I can make knit socks eventually. Ooh. Knit socks are fun, I say as I slowly curse this thing, although this is more my fault. These are actually not terribly difficult as Sock Madness socks go.
You know, love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
Come on, and then you slump over there. Okay, there we go. Also, as of last week. Also, Jane, I saw your thing. Give me a second. Because I have to tap in front of my place. Okay, boyfriend's asking me a question. Alright. Yay! Finished sock! Jane has finished her first sock. She had gotten to the toe. She's also doing the Sock Madness along with me. Which, this is my third year doing this. Which you certainly learn how to do a bunch of new things.
That's love.
By doing this, also crap. Yep. I was like, why does this look weird? Because that was the wrong stitch to... that stitch. And then... that's one of those things I tend to lose track of when I'm doing this. I tend to lose track where's the slip and the regular knit row. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Now I have to do... I weirdly do not mind the cast on, but that's mainly because that's one of the cast ons I already know, so I didn't have to look up to do anything. But yeah, it's basically long tail with just 1 or 2 extra steps, so it's not the worst thing. At least you don't need a crochet hook to do the stitch. So yeah. Alright, so now that we've finally gotten to the... wait, did I? Yes, yes, yes. Fuck. Must have been when I had cut the yarn like a dumbass. Thank you for the follow! Nasukari! Which, am I saying that correctly? I hope so. Also, this better hold somewhere. Or I might have to get my... okay, so that's fine. I thought it dropped at least. So hopefully that will stay. Yarn, wow. Okay, hi. Welcome to another raid. Yarn Spinner's Tale, thank you for the raid. How you doing? How goes your Tuesday? There we go. At least this time I didn't jump out of my skin. Hi. How are you? I'm dealing with sock maintenance. That is pretty much my fault. Alright, so we have that. So now that we're back here and I can actually use the working yarn, I don't have to worry about how tight I am. How are you? How was your stream? I want to see your socks. Oh, nice! I didn't realize you were also knitting the qualifier. Yay! My socks are mildly a mess, but it is my fault. I mean, the front side's fine. This part's pretty much fine. All the lights on, so I can actually... now that I think about it, I probably should have done so earlier. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I swear I didn't remember that being a thing. Thank you. Both nitpicks colors. I'm gonna move it over a little bit because the light's washing it out. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit more yellow. And the gain needs to go down just a smidge to offset with that. That's better. That's a little bit better. But yeah, Hawthorne tonal in Sylvina and Nitpick Stroll tonal in Blue Violet. Because I saw this had purple, so I figured these should work together pretty well, which they do. The only thing is that being, you know, Stroll is splitty. Also, I would like to make sure I actually remember to slip what I'm supposed to slip these damn slip rows. Which that is my main annoyance when it comes to having to do slip rows. But yeah, it reminds me of a sunset, and I very much love them. Alright. Yeah, I'm getting to the end of dealing with my mistakes here. So that's a relief. Because I realized I had slipped a row where I was supposed to knit it straight across. Which this is the second time I've done that on the foot of this sock here. So yeah, that's a thing. Also, what were you spinning? I have some acrylic floof hanging out on my wheel that'll eventually continue to spin. Also, no, don't do that. Yeah, this is the last bit of chart B. And I did B1 because I didn't need the length of B2. So I figured the toe should be fine. Because I know you just need to be at about 9 inches, which that's usually the sweet spot for how long I need my socks to be for my foot. About 9 inches in order for it to work out well enough for me. Alright, there we go. And then slide that back across. Mostly purple. Ooh, purple! As you can clearly tell here, one of my favorite colors. I did not plan to be this purple for the start here, but it checks out. Plus, I didn't have terribly much in the way of neutrals, because typically when I do colorwork socks, I like solid neutral and then like a strong color like this. That's typically where my brain goes. Alright, and then this should be a straight knit row. I'm definitely going to have to grab my darning needle once I'm done to get this area back to the way it's supposed to be. But for now, it should be fine. Yeah, I had to order some neutral and some gray, because gray is usually where I take it when it comes to neutral. Because usually black is a bit too stark unless like you're going with like a really deep saturated color and need black to help contrast it. But yeah, enough of the time black is typically, at least in the way of, you know, doing socks, a little bit too stark. In my opinion, anyway. That too. Very difficult, because just like, wait, am I missing a stitch? I have no clue. I can't tell. Because it's literally dark. I literally need a light to see. Alright, so now that we've actually gotten through here, which I should have taken a break, but I did not, so yeah. Oh well. It's fine. I have 24 minutes left. I want to at least get to the start of this toe here. Because it's the last charted row. Yeah, last charted row of B1 here. And let's see, it should be straight knit. Yeah. Knits and then do the cables. Alright. Come on. Get back on there. Not really. Literally just been Animal Crossing. I've just been playing on the Switch, although I do want to play some Hades again. After not being in the best mood for a while, it's just been like, Actually, I didn't have to change the needle size. I went to a 2 because I realized, because it's color work, it might end up going a little bit too tight. Okay, that way. Should be front? No, back. That would be back. Nope, that is front. You would think I know it by now. Like, it's been a whole entire sock of this, and I still... I'm like, where's the cable going? Nope, knit. It is not pearl. And then at this point, once this row's done, I'm gonna need to cut the this yarn off here. And then it's just gonna be the main color, which is this. And then now it's a back. Alright. Do 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 do. Which, funny you asked that, Jane. The boyfriend was literally asking, like, hey, is Lego multiplayer? And I was just like, yep. And then front. I guess he might have an idea. Yeah, I've not played multiplayer with Lego. I have like at least 2 Lego games. Both of the Harry Potter ones before, you know, everything with that. And Star Wars. No worries. Thank you for hanging out. Very much appreciate you hanging out and reading me. Definitely enjoy the knitting, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye! Alright, and where are we? That should be back, right? Yes, that is back. Come on, you can do it. Alright, and then... there we go. Alright. My eye's being itchy and I don't know why. It does not feel that late to me. Let's see, how long? Yeah, another 20 minutes? Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, so now that that's all settled, I'm gonna go check the pattern here. But, also, if I'm out of frame, totally feel free to tell me. I've been kind of like down here which is not good for people being able to see me. Alright, so let's see. Yeah. Cut. Do not continue with slip stitches on the sole. Thank God. Which, given it's the toe, that makes sense. So, let's see. I will cut there. Give myself a little bit of room to weave in ends. Did not know. That sucks for a long tail. Alright, and size, blah, blah, blah. Okay, knit 34, knit to the end of the round. Toe decreasing. Oh, okay, this is just the SSK and knit 2 together business. Alright. And then work in plain, blah blah blah, 48 stitches left in total. Alright. That's fine. Alright. So now that we're decreasing, this is pretty much gonna be in pretty chill territory. Toe goes, yeah. Because it's basically just the usual SSK knit 2 together business that I would typically use for a toe anyway, so. And let's see, 38, 34, 34, 68. And given 20, let's see, 20, that's 20 rounds until you hit that, and then another 6 until you hit the amount they want. You can barely tell, but there is a knit row. Ugh. I do hope it shows up better on camera. I'm worried they're gonna be like, hey, you might want to knit this again. And it's like, I'd rather jump off a bridge. Like, no matter how fast the socks go, no. It's always torture when you have to re-knit the sock, which I had to do once. Which, for anybody who was not here for Sock Madness last year, there are a pair of socks called All the Bees, because it was, let's see, baubles, brioche, and beads on the sock. And I missed something on the heel chart, so I had to rip back both feet of the socks all the way to the heel and then do them all over again, which I literally did them both in 2 days. And I was just like, nope. I don't think I've ever been so annoyed at myself so much in my life. It was just like, the chart was in front of your face, and you somehow missed that. Like, someone could have probably listened and probably heard me screaming. Alright. Do the thing, blah de blah. Come on, don't do that. There it is. Even though I love Tonal's colors, I have to say I do feel like I like Hawthorne a bit more, because Hawthorne feels a bit more sturdy, but Stroll gives you a bit more yardage when it comes to a tonal in comparison. And tonal's soft, but, you know, merino. But that also means it does not hold up to, you know, strain as much as one would want it to. So it's like they cannot get beat up as much. Which is also why knitting socks a lot helps. So you get to play musical chairs about which socks are on your feet. Come on. There it is. And same thing, other side. It says to put a second stitch marker after 34 stitches, but given the way I have it split with 34 in the front and 34 in the back, you really don't need a stitch marker. Unless, you know, you have trouble telling the front from the back, which that is not, you know, anything terrible. It's just, I feel like, given how distinct the instep and the sole are of the sock, you don't really need that. Come on, why are we like this? There it is. Probably not going to finish the toe on stream with the amount of time we have left, because I am not that fast. Like, even if this is just straight knitting. But we'll probably get close. Nope. There it is. Alright, and then I can hide this then. Yeah, I don't need that. And I don't need that. Yay. For now, anyway. In fact, I can actually turn this thing off for now. Because I have Knit Companion on my tablet, which is just out of screen. So you guys cannot see it, although... Okay, yeah, you can kind of see it on the face camera. The faint glowing of the screen, but... right down here in the craft cam where my hands are currently, you can't see that. But yeah, I do really like these socks. Also, let me double check, where are we? Because Sock Madness, they usually like their socks to be about 9 inches. Yeah, probably should be about 9. Once you get to the toe of the sock. I argue. Especially given I'm doing these on size 2 needles. 2 being 2.75 for anyone who does not follow the US. I believe it's 2.75. I know some US2s are 2.25. Nope, 2.5. Because 2.25 is 1. Never mind. I'm still mildly kicking myself, like I would have been done already if I, hadn't done all of that crap. $1.5. Okay, I don't have the half sizes, and I tend to not remember the half sizes. But that's also possible, but I swear some of the US2s tend to be 2.5s, but that depends on the brand, I think. I could be wrong. This is why I always say I'm not an authority on anything. But yeah, you also could potentially be correct. Also, what are you up to? Other than watching me scream at knit stitches for nearly 2 hours. Come on. Hopefully your Tuesday has been going well so far. Cleaning the apartment. Yay, cleaning! Said absolutely no one ever. Alright, and... although depending on what the cleaning is, I usually don't mind. Unless it's things like laundry. I hate laundry. More so the putting it away. Fair. Before, yeah. Pretty much. Also, alright, like 6 more minutes till we hit the 3 hour. Although I can go a wee bit over, probably at most like 10 minutes, but eh. Given I only took 1 break, that's probably not the smartest decision ever on my part, so probably should end pretty close to the 3 hour. Oof. Oh wow, yeah, I feel my shoulders. Shoulders are filing complaints. Cool. I was like, my shoulders are fine. Move them and they're like stiff. Never mind. Panko and come back. Also, I don't have a darning needle in front of me, so if I do finish the toe somehow before end of stream, probably just not gonna Kitchener it on stream, because Kitchenering is not exciting. Come on. Also, Discord. What's going on here? Okay, that's that one, and then... okay, that's what that is. Alright. Thought it was pressing. Nope, never mind. Nope. Alright, decrease. Do. Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to knit and I hadn't even fully pulled the stitch off the needle. Because that surely wouldn't cause a problem. Not at all. The one thing you do notice, they're not asking you to take a progress photo this year. And I was supposed to do a knit two together, and I'm just like going along like nothing. Try it again. But someone had mentioned it, I was like, wait, there is no progress photo. That's interesting. Although I take pictures for the Instagram anyway, so for me that doesn't really amount to too much. My only real reservation is that the cuff on this is mildly weird. That's like the only thing I could say against this pattern, but that's about it. And even that's just like a mild qualm. Also, I'm reminded I should do some cleaning in here. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Whoa, I should not have odd amount of stitches. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, 28. Never mind. Okay, 48, so 24 on each. Yeah, 24 on each. So that means 2 more decrease rounds. That's fine. Till we hit 48. And I realize I'm at the 3-hour mark, but I'm just gonna keep going for a little bit. But honestly, despite my sitting there doing sock surgery for like 2 hours. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me as I've been working on this sock. I do imagine the second one will go faster than this first one now that I know what's going on. In the sense of, like, you know, what's coming up in the pattern. Nope, don't do that. So anybody wondering if they can do anything with their channel points, if you click the little sock symbol in the lower right hand side of where your chat is, you can look at a bunch of different options you could potentially play around with, including some stream weather stuff, which is a fun little add-on, so you can see things like leaves and lightning and so on and so forth. Dart across the screen for a bit, usually about like 7 seconds. And also, if you have no idea what to do with your points, there's also an option to get rid of your points. Not all of them, but like a good chunk of them. Via the frog option, which I'm meaning to draw a little frog face for that one. Also, kind of fitting socks are my Twitch channel points. And now it's sock madness. Because I used to have them be donuts, and I was like, nah, socks would make more sense. I'm definitely gonna have to rewind this because this is just like getting slightly chaotic. Yeah, it likely should. I'm willing to bet. But we'll see on that one. Nope.
But just who is Brock? Where did he come from? It is a strange story that begins many years ago.
Also, I realize this has been having speaking in the background. Normally I try to skip those, but I've just been like, nah. Given I've been mildly quiet in parts, I was like, that probably is not terrible. Plus, I know it's not too loud. So I imagine some people may barely even hear it going in the background. Come on.
We'll all find out together. The most powerful underground espionage agent in the Western Hemisphere. I've been trying to get my hands on him for years. What's his next move?
But since you asked, I'll give it to you straight.
Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, did I skip a row? Nope, we're fine. Also, now that my last Etsy order is out the door, I just need to send out the couple of stickers. I am pretty much set on things I need to set out as of right now, which that should not take me that long. Since one of them's going to the boyfriend, another one's going to Stacy, another one's going to All Crafty, and that should be about it. Alright, and this round should get us to 48 total stitches. Remember, this was one of them in February. That one was for the stitch markers, because someone had saw the purple ones and wanted a set of their own, which I still need to put up the pre-made sets, although I may put the production time to 1 to 2 weeks, just to give myself some breathing room because Sock Madness. That and the pinecone ones need to go up. It's just I need to finish the pinecone keychain listing. I just haven't had the time to sit down and figure out, what I'm gonna say with that one. Alright, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 24. Yep. So this is the 48. And then given you were receiving the sub, that's you. Also, okay, what was it that you got anyway? Was it a sticker? I think it might be. Oh yeah, it was you. Thank you for reminding me. That makes it 4 I need to send out, actually. This is why I write things down. Because my memory is not infallible. But yeah, basically I have 2 stickers. Donut and Heart, which Jane had printed both of these. So I have those hanging out in order to send those out. Which that also reminds me to buy more stamps. Which I said that like a couple of weeks ago. It's just, given I have stamps right now, it's not pressing, but I like to have, some stamps in order to send things out. But yeah, that's a you choice, Veggie. Alright. And time to decrease every single round. Yay! I remember, I should have them on Instagram. Hi, Cat! Hi! Yeah, I'm still good on stickers for right now. I hope you're doing well, Alley Cat, and I think I should be able to grab them somewhere. Because I know I put it up on Instagram. But it might have been a story, so it might not be there. If not, I probably can grab them out from the draw if you need me to. That, and or I could poke you with a picture. Or, if I still have it on my phone, that also could help. Because I took a picture. Oh well. Come on. Come on. Where are we? There it is. Me. Yeah, heart or donut. There we go. Heart sticker. You got it. I'm gonna write that down because once again, I will forget. But it's a non-holographic, so none of the sparkly. But Twin Mama Craft, hello, how are you doing? How is your Tuesday going? I'm doing unintentional overtime since I am doing some decreasing on the Sock Madness sock here. Which it's just straight decrease rounds right now, so this should actually finish pretty quickly. I hope all is good with you. I had planned to be done the sock much earlier, but mistakes were made, so that did not happen. Yeah. That is a thing, because I tend to be in about the time frame where at least a couple of people are doing their usual work day and hanging out. But I'm glad I can provide you with some company. So, anybody curious, this is the Sock Madness Qualifier sock, which is Angel Crystal, I believe, is what it translates to in English. This is the first sock I am on the toe here. So, I'm not going to be doing the Kitchener part, just because my needle for said Kitchener is over there, and I don't feel like grabbing it right now. So, that's a thing I can do offline. And then by Thursday, which will be the next time I'm going to be here, we'll be well into second sock. Because likely I'll do a cast on tomorrow if I don't do it today. Come on. Also, I feel like I should just have a Dolly Parton gif when anyone says 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Because I cannot help myself with references. Come on, there it is. More like 6. Close enough. Also, if anybody wants to potentially earn any bot currency, which I have 2 currencies, one for the Twitch channel points at the bottom of your screen, and Floof, which you can use for giveaways whenever we hit one of our goals for the stream, which is for the bits and tips, which both help out in the way of being able to run the stream, like being able to send out prizes, materials for sending things, and stamps, and so on and so forth. Which no one's required to give anything, but I very much appreciate it if anyone chooses to do so. Nope. Okay. That was fine. Thought I split that for a second, but I was incorrect. Alright. How many? I know it's not 12, 5, 10. Alright, 3 more rounds after this. And then we'll be done with the decreasing. Because it's 2 stitches per round. Per side, rather. Per round that you decrease. And how are we doing on time? Alright, so I'm 10 minutes over, so hopefully I should be done pretty soon, and then I can go have my dinner. Oh, yeah, that's that. Tightened a little bit too much, so that's over. There it is. That's better. Probably some pork, some rice, and vegetables. Because typically it's just like, you know, a big amount that gets made on Sunday. And then that just gets divvied out throughout the week. Till Friday. So you don't have to worry about what's for dinner for a good chunk of the week. I'd reset the floof, so that's why you don't have any. But hanging out and lurking and being active should get you back some of that floof. Although, for following, you're supposed to get at least some floof, so that is strange you do not have any. I'm gonna give you 100 from right now. Because, yeah, that's weird. You're supposed to at least have some. If you follow, you're supposed to at least have, like, at least 50 or so. So, let me pop into currency. Alright. Alright, there you go. That's all set. Ta-da! Thank you. Ooh. I've been sitting here for about 2 hours. Because I only took 1 break today, which I usually take a break every hour, but in this case, I did not. Because sock surgery kept me. Yeah, I hadn't said no like a couple months ago. I had reset it, which... Did that show up? I noticed that doesn't really show up for here. Because I hear the sound effect, but I never really see it. And it's on top, so it should be visible. Okay, that's what I thought. That one always is weird. Because you see the cherry blossoms in the other one. But that one I don't really see. It's really strange. Might have to fiddle around with that at some point. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Using up my points. There is a thing if you want to dump your points, you know. The frog one. Also, no Hexy Puffs today, but I will keep that in mind for... See? Rainbow works. Just that light one does not work. It's really strange. What? This is fair. Which... That's another one of those things that I had somewhat started doing. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, I have like 30. Yep, probably next stream. But yeah, so I have a bunch of these out of all of the nitpick slash other yarns, including some hand spun. So I have like 30 something of them currently. Okay, I heard that one too and I don't see it. That is really strange. Don't see the lightning. Huh. I'm gonna have to poke at that at some point. Because I've had to reset it once or twice, you know, for the authentication. But it's like you could see some of them, but not others, so... It's really weird. My only thing is that maybe because, you know, it's bright here on screen, it might wash it out, but... I don't think that's supposed to be the case. So, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out offline, maybe tomorrow. I do appreciate you guys testing these things. Mm-hmm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whoops, 11, 12. Wait, 5, 10, 12. Why do I have an odd stitch? Come on. Why? There are no odd stitches. I'm decreasing by 2 every time. Ugh. But that's minor. They're not really gonna notice that, so it's fine. 5, 10. Nope. It's odd on both sides. That's really strange. 5, 10. Yeah, they're both 15. The hell? That is really weird. That is really weird. I don't understand. And that should be a decrease. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, like, it's minor, but it's just like... I hate when that happens. Rob! Not for much longer, but hello! How you doing? How goes your Tuesday? Well, how's your Tuesday went? Rather. Because you are 5 hours ahead of me, so it's almost 10. I'm just finishing up decreasing on the sock that I had issues with that I had to fix. But we seem to be pretty much smooth sailing. Also, I got started late, but still overtime because arguably should have been done nearly half an hour ago. But oh well. Not the worst thing in the world. Also, 5, 10... Yeah, so stop points about here. What trouble hasn't he getting into? Hasn't he been getting into, rather, is the better question. Oh yeah, time change is probably gonna be wonky for you guys. I'm not looking forward to that. That's this weekend, isn't it? Yeah, this upcoming Sunday. I don't want it. I don't want it. Oh, yeah, this is definitely good. Good thing I went with the shorter one. I try to make sure that this is at the usual 9 inches. But yeah, not bad. So, other than the Kitchener, we have ourselves a sock here, guys. So, we did good. Took a lot longer than I expected, but we have sock. I am not sure if I'm gonna do the other thing. Let's see. It says 200 and some odd yards for the main color, right? Which I think that's for both socks, right? Yeah, 275 for a main color and 200 yards, which I have just about, I'd say about what I need for this being the contrast, but I'm not sure how that would work as a main color, but it's my main concern. But yeah, we pretty much have a sock, so nice work, team. Wandering the Surrey wetlands as a magpie confusing the low. Of elves. D&D. Alright, I'm gonna take off what I need for the Kitchener. Not doing the Kitchener, but I figured cutting that off. So I have that all set is fine. Whee! There it is. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wear the heck out of these socks once they're done. Cause I very much like these. And it's like, you would think based on how they look, they wouldn't fit. And based on what I've seen, because I've tried them on once or twice, once I've gotten past the heel, and it's like, these actually fit pretty well. So, that works for me. Alright, so let's go to the face cam and also turn off this light. Come on. Turn off. There it is. Ta-da! Let me go and see who we can potentially go and raid, given we had 2 raids today. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, as I've done the socks and unplanned overtime. Let's see. Leisha Dawn, i.e. Knit Muffin, is on, so I think I might send us over her way. Let's see. Alright, and then let's... There it is. She got started late, so she should still be on for a bit. She's not doing Sock Madness, but she is working on Etsy shop stuff, last I recall. Because I was hanging out with her yesterday, because that was my day off from streaming. You'll be fine. Alright, let's turn off. About to be now. Alright. Alright, so now the face. Very much appreciate you guys for the raids. Let's make sure I thank everybody properly. Also, thank you guys for the hosts that have popped up here as well. But, Ain, thank you for the refollow. Lane Chow, thank you for the follow. Katsune Loves, thank you for the raid. Dot Crochet. Nasukari, thank you for the follows. Your Inspirator's Tale, thank you for the follow. I know you've gone already. Not follow, raid. Words. Words are cool. And I think that about covers it other than the hosts. Which I know it was Green Fang definitely hosted, but I know there's at least 1 or 2 more. But given I can't see because Twitch is stupid, I don't have a list of who hosts, but I very much appreciate everyone who hosted me. I will be back again on Thursday with Second Stock, and you'll see how it goes, hopefully with less me having to fix mistakes. So I am going to go set up this raid here if you guys would like to come along with me. Just hang out for just a moment. But yes, Alicia is Canadian, so definitely a chill time there. Oh, Debbie's about to come on. Wow. But yeah, I can go here too. But yeah, raid has started.